It's me about yapping and shit. Okay, just listen to this, bro.
Maybe getting a little bit older, but I'm definitely in my prime, as is Victrix with their latest model in their Pro Controller lineup. Now, the Prime has a name that might make you think it's the most extreme, flagship, feature-loaded version, but it's actually the opposite. A permanently wired, stripped-down, baseline version that actually carries over a lot of the core Pro Controller features of the wireless versions that are more than double the price. Without further ado, let's check out the Victrix Prime from PDP and compare it to the BFG Wireless for PS5 and Xbox Series, as well as the one that started it all, the Victrix Gambit, the fastest Xbox controller. Not without an overclock, sweetheart, but we are finna be overclocking in this video because you know where we.
Can you see all those freaking controller he has? And shout out to Gamer7 by the way, but look, he has more than 147k subscribers. And its channel is all about controllers, by the way. Okay.
We are. Let's get it.
This is your controller captain. We've reached 6,900 feet. Go ahead and start flicking the sticks and
Controller captain. Okay, so yeah, the stream title is weird, and you'll know the reason why. Cause fucking look at this, bro. I put so much effort. I have OCD to put this skin. My whole console have skin. I wish I could show you. I cropped out my cam. I'm using PS5 cam. I don't even have a cam to do this stuff. I stream directly from PS5. All I have is PS5, bro. And literally I've changed like in years. This is my third controller.
Sound like it's going all right. We have a little update here on the PS5 DualSense situation. Digging a little deeper into iFixit's findings, they have now stated.
Okay, I know that everybody do know that about stick drift and shit. It's been very long. The reason Sony made the Edge, you have to buy the Edge, so because it lasts longer, right? Nobody care about. Not everyone is a professional fucking gamer, right? You don't need that 2 extra buttons and shit. Some people play games to enjoy, not for esports. That's what happens when you become like fucking bro, like Apple or something. Like another feature, like everything's Bluetooth. You know what? Like everything weird is better, right? But for controller, for DualSense, for PlayStation, it's better if you use Bluetooth than cable in. So the Bluetooth functionality is very good, right? But guess what? You cannot use any Bluetooth headset because you have to buy theirs.
Sound like it's going all right. We have a little update here on the PS5 DualSense situation. Digging a little deeper into iFixit's findings, they have now stated they believe the lifespan to be expected out of gameplay for your PlayStation 5 controller 417 hours. And they got to this number through what they would consider to be a typical type of gaming habit, playing through what they would consider to be a typical type of gaming habit, playing the game Call of Duty Warzone. That's what they used.
Oh, fuck me, man. Oh, I was mute all the time. So I was saying I had to buy, when I showed the boxes, so I had to buy, like, the one which came with the controller. It started having little stick drift. I sorted it off. Sorry, I didn't fuck him up because it has a little stick drift. And it was in the main reason. The main reason was I wanted to get the latest camera one, right? And it's also latest what came out with, the blue, yellow, red, whatever the fuck shit. Fuck that shit, colors, controllers and shit. So I thought, let's get the new version camo. I love camo shit. Okay, so that lasted maybe 3-4 months. I tried to fix it by myself. I did. Lost it for like a week. And guess what? Just you can go and check on Sony's fucking website. For a controller, there's no refund policy and there's no warranty, and none of that shit.
For their testing, iFixit estimated the average PS5 DualSense would have around 417 hours of full performance. After this, the hardware would start to degrade, meaning the average player may see issues after just a few months. That's a little concerning, I'm sure, for some buyers.
4 months, a few months, I mean, 417 hours. Like, what the fucking fuck? Like, and then they banned, if you want to get the extra, controllers, third-party controllers, you can only get the ones that last longer, that doesn't have a strict drift issue. So which the first video I played he will talk about, but these are like pro ones. These are like maybe a little bit shorter in price than Edge. Okay, and they did it on purpose, by the way. I'll show you next video.
We talked about their teardown video, how they exposed some of those internal components, including I believe they're called potentiometers, which were being used, and the light.
Okay, when he's talking about expose, okay, I'll play another video here.
A class action lawsuit has been filed against Sony in regards to PS5 controller drift.
Okay.
Lifespan on those, and then also a couple of springs which appeared to bend out of shape and not necessarily bend all the way back on those joysticks, which may be another contributing factor to this so-called controller drift.
You know what? You can buy those things. I didn't know. I did so much research, bro. Not because of this yupping video. When my first camo one got stick drift, I didn't even know about stick drift back then. So the one they use those stuff you can see in like DualSense controller. You can get a third-party ones like which nobody knows, so they don't. When you get a new controller, you get that. There is now in Amazon and stuff or Chinese market have it. So if you change that, then you get rid of stick drift stuff. And the Edge has nothing, but then on this thing changed, as far as I know, and that 2 extra buttons.
Analog joystick drift that many people, I don't know about many people, but some people have experienced. This is one group. This is their findings. This is their analysis. But I'm sure people are rightfully concerned. It's expensive investment, expensive console, and the controllers aren't cheap. What are they, $60?
Yeah.
Something around there. So hopefully Sony figures out a way to fix it, rectify the situation. I know there's been a class action lawsuit already been filed, which is kind of wild. The thing's barely been out. But as we mentioned,
This is 4 years ago, bro. And I bought the controller that broke, like, but this year, then nothing happens. When this lawsuit not fucking doesn't matter for this big corporation, bro. Come on.
in the past article talking about this controller, Sony has been pretty good about fixing previous versions and little kind of things that have been wrong with it at launch. And so let's hope that's what's going to happen in this.
If there's any, like, nobody's gonna watch my shit anyway, but I had like every fucking console of PS5s. From PS5 Fat to PS1 to PS2, PS3, PS4, everyone. PS4, PS3. I fucking never had any fucking issues with controllers. And that time I used to play more games. I'll say it on stream. PS2, it was so fucking easy to get modded. Right? So you can get cheap games in our fucking third world country, like cheap as fuck. I used to buy like games. Now that we buy games watching review and shit, that time we didn't have fucking internet. I used to buy games watching game covers. Whatever looked nice, I just bought it, right? So I could buy like every 2 days a new game, and I fucking like used to miss school a lot because I'm not a very good student. Oh fuck! And I used to play games all fucking day, bro, and nothing fucking happened to any of my fucking controllers.
In this case, because I think most people would want more than 417 hours.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a guess of mine.
A class action lawsuit has been filed against Sony in regards to PS5 controller drift.
Sony has well-known problems with their PlayStation 5 controllers, stick drift being the most popular issue.
Bro, this is from my IGN that IGN, they are fucking biggest company out there about games and reviews and stuff, right? Okay. 19 million subscribers 4 years ago, bro. They talked about it. What happened? They did release new set of controllers with the ones I'm talking about, purple, pink, and everything, right? With the camo, the one that broke. Nothing fixed. They still don't have. I thought it's been 1 month. I called like a third party site that I bought it from because we don't have fucking like Sony retails here. But they were like, oh, we don't have any warranty for that. And then I went to Sony Help Center. They don't either. And what should I talk about? IGN? They leave it.
Sony has well-known problems with their PlayStation 5 controllers, stick drift being the most popular issue. Unfortunately, this issue has plagued many, and with me, it's a common problem, even with my recent one I started using in February. Luckily, since I bought it in November last year, it's still under warranty, so I thought I could just send it in to get fixed.
Under
it seems like a
warranty?
super easy
Under
Sony has
warranty.
well-known problems with their PlayStation 5 controllers, stick drift being the most popular issue.
Stick drift!
Unfortunately, this issue has plagued many, and with me, it's a common problem, even with my recent one I started using in February. Luckily, since I bought it in November last year, it's still under warranty, so I thought I could just send it in to get fixed. It seemed like a super easy process. Then, I got to customer service.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Though I will get to what Sony's scam actually is, I first need to talk about their customer service and how bad it is, because it does tie into my theory. I went from chat to chat, going through various PlayStation experts and multiple phone calls. I
Guess what? Who else did that?
had an issue. With just a few months of use, the gray text on the back of my Cosmic Red controller is barely readable.
These are the fucking shit I was talking about. Cosmic Red, Midnight Black, fuck my...
So I could not read the serial number on it, and my box was long gone. I was looking for a way to get around this issue until finally I had my answer. There is no solution. Customer service said I cannot send it in for repair without my serial number. I said surely this cannot be correct, as I have proof of purchase and it's under warranty. There must be some other process or information they can take. Yet there is nothing Sony could do. After a full day of customer service interaction, I got nowhere. As I researched further, Sony smartly addresses my situation in their warranty in subsection F, where it says their warranty will not apply if the serial number has been altered, defaced.
Let me see how long ago the video was. It was 9 months ago. And they're saying, wait, let me check the serial number and fucking up, bro. They fucking don't have any warranty policy for fucking controller. These are not fucking cheap. Next gen console, bro. Come on, the next gen webcam. Let me not talk about it.
Based or removed. Intentional or
Oh, about the webcam as well, which is shit. It's the shittiest cam you can ever buy. It's like, come on, bro. And guess what? No other webcam works with your console other than their webcam.
unintentional, it does not matter. Luckily, after buying a magnifying glass and using liquid to make the text easier to read, I had my serial number, which I submitted. All I had to do now was fill out this contact info page, but then I encountered an error saying, oops, your location doesn't allow us to proceed with the request. And then it prompted me to select the correct region, as what I put in for the info is apparently being detected as a region not in the United States. The problem persisted no matter what I tried, and after going through customer service for
Why are you being so fucking dodgy? I don't get it. Why don't you just tell these guys straight away, we don't do this? They're making fucking excuses now. What the fuck? Maybe it's because of the fucking lawsuit.
half a day, they were finally able to manually input everything. After this experience, I thought enough was enough. Maybe I'll finally pull the trigger on the DualSense Edge Pro controller, as I can swap out the analog sticks if there is a stick drift issue.
They gave you the swap thing if there's a stick drift issue. When you can fucking get rid of stick drift issues, like who the like didn't we have like analog stick in PS4, PS3 controllers?
It's expensive, but it's more of a guarantee I'll never have to go through this hell again or have to buy another controller. And then with more research, it turns out the stick modules, which start at a grotesque $20 per stick, have been out of stock everywhere.
Another reason for me to because consoles and games and controller everything, even through recession, they didn't have no fucking problem, right? And everything's going up, as you can tell. Like Xbox already have done it, and they'll follow too. Every company will, right? And then I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, bro. And now, as a PS5 fan, like PlayStation, playing PlayStation since my birth, I obviously not gonna I hate Xbox. Like, I don't know why. I never had one, but I still hate it. I don't like the shape of the controller. And guess what? I don't want to pay, well, I don't know what, $300 or like $220 and some shit for Edge. I still have to buy a controller that's pro controller licensed by Sony that will work, because if you get other third-party ones, they don't have the software updated and it's not gonna work anymore. So those were, you cannot get any third-party Sony licensed controller under $180, $170.
The time. At that moment, a realization set in. Sony is allegedly running the greatest scam ever. Sony has constructed a controller where a person cannot easily get to the analog sticks, arguably the greatest point of failure in a controller. Even after getting to the sticks,
And I'm like in tech, like fixing shit. I'm like a retard on that, and I did go through it. Because I didn't want to buy another fucking controller. There's so many videos to, fix it. And I did everything. And it did get fixed, but it broke after another week.
to replace or fix them would be even more difficult and risky. Doing this also voids the warranty if it's still under it. If you cannot fix the sticks yourself, then it leaves you with two options: get a new controller or have Sony fix it. If it's out of warranty, having Sony fix it is way too expensive, so realistically getting
At least if I compared this stuff with Apple before, but at least Apple's product lasts longer, doesn't break at all. They make the best stuff there ever has. They don't fucking break their policy. They don't talk shit. I changed when I was abroad for my studies and shit. I like I got a MacBook from my brother as a gift, and that was from the other United States, and I was in UK, and then they didn't. My thing worked. They took it and they fixed it, the battery and shit.
a new controller is what you would do. If it is under warranty, like mine, Sony has seemingly gone out of their way to make it as hard as possible to successfully submit a warranty claim. They do not fix common errors on their customer service site, which were problems years ago, and they have you go in circles even with correct information. Ultimately, if you do not have everything they want in a process they made complex on purpose, you are out of luck. This then prompts you to take the easy way out and just buy a new controller. But hold on, my most recent controller is a newer release, being the cosmic red color, yet they
The fuck I was talking about. Cosmic Red and that Camo one came out together.
still have not fixed the stick drift issue, years after they received a class action lawsuit against them over the stick drift problems. Thus,
4 years specifically, but they still have it. Okay, so because they have this fucking shitty stick drift problem, I bought this one. I bought the older version, the ones that comes with PS5. And guess what? Hasn't been a month, and it's not like broken, but it's just not perfectly stick drift free. It's showing a little bit of issues when I go to gamepad tester.
even if you buy a new controller, it's a matter of time before you're back in the same situation. All the while, Sony is essentially forcing people to buy controller after controller since they make the process terrible and won't fix the root cause of the stick drift issue. At this point, you are right where they want you. You either keep buying controllers or you spend 3 times the amount of money to get the DualSense Edge, which solves the issue. Except, brilliantly, it does not solve anything. In order to switch out the sticks in the DualSense Edge, you need to buy stick modules. These stick modules are out of stock everywhere, and in the past few months have only been in stock on the PlayStation website, where they sell.
Oh my god, I fucking didn't watch this video. I'm just watching it live while I stream. Same thing, I wanted to fix my fucking controller, and like you can get those modular from like China and shit, that the ones if you put it in, it will never break. And guess what? It's always out of stock. And where do they have it? In Sony's website, they do have it in stock, and the price is twice as much.
Out almost instantly. The reason this is happening is quite simple. Sony has not made nearly enough stick modules, and I would argue they've done this on purpose. The percentage of people with the Pro
And why? Why would you do that? You made the fucking best controller, like console ever. Like even like Xbox people, they shifted to PlayStation 5. I remember I stayed in UK for extra 2-4 weeks just to get it, and every day used to launch, and nope, it's gone. My brother had to buy a PS5 from the States when it came out. The 450 was the disc version and 350 was maybe the digital version. He bought the 450 version with $800 from a Best Buy or some shit. I don't know where, but yeah.
controller is low, and stick drift usually occurs only in one stick. This means Sony really shouldn't have an issue keeping up with demand. So being constantly.
Why does it happen in one though? I never realized. Like to both of my controllers, it's like one. Like I never experienced like two having like stick drift.
Sold out seems to be a strategic tactic on Sony's end. Now, if you've invested in the Pro controller and have stick issues, you either pay a huge premium on eBay for stick modules or do what Sony wants you to do. Buy another controller. It's a great scam. I mean business strategy. You do not fix a well-known issue, have horrible customer service and glitches preventing warranty claims, make people buy more flawed controllers, and have your premium controller not actually solve the issue because you chose not to make enough stick replacements. Pretty much the only meaningful accessory to the Pro controller. I would love to be hopeful and say they'll fix the issue, that they are not actually scamming people, but given what's currently happening, it's just wishful thinking. We're more than halfway through the PlayStation 5's life cycle, and this problem still has not gone away or gotten better. If anything, it's worse. Sony knows exactly what is going on and loves it. Unfortunately, that sucks for everyone else. Thank you for watching,
And there's this controllers with the same shit with new skins, limited edition God of War, fuck that, like whatever the bullshit, special edition with higher prices coming out.
A class action lawsuit has been filed against Sony in regards to PS5 controller drift. A US law firm has filed a class action lawsuit against Sony alleging that the PS5 controller is defective due to drift, and that Sony was aware of the problem without disclosing it. The suit calls Sony's conduct fraudulent, deceptive, unlawful, and unfair. Last week, we reported on an investigation into DualSense drift by law firm CSK&D. The firm has now formally filed a class action suit in the US District Court for the Southern District of New York. In documents provided to IGN, the suit is filed on behalf of plaintiff Lamarck Turner and all others similarly situated, and names the defendants as Sony Corporation of America and Sony Interactive Entertainment. The complaint describes the PS5 DualSense controller as defective, as it contains a defect that results in characters or gameplay moving on the screen without user command or manual operation of the joystick, known popularly as controller drift. The complaint also alleges that Sony has, at all relevant times, been aware of the problems with drift through online consumer complaints, complaints made by consumers directly to it, and through its own pre-release testing. The suit also alleges that Sony's options for controller repair are too limited. When consumers experience the drift defect, the options for repair are slim. The suit says there is no indication that Sony has developed a fix for drift in the DualSense, rather it appears to simply perform some sort of minor refurbishment and send the DualSense controller back to consumers still defective and susceptible to manifestation of the drift defect in the future.
Oh hey, it's Brian Altano and Ryan McCaffrey from IGN, and
So I had to change the video because I wouldn't want to listen to them. They fucking stream videos of reviews in 50 FPS. I'll show you a later stream.
Xbox announced today that they are doing some significant price hikes on all of their console hardware as well as their peripherals and first-party software. Okay, well this sucks, but before we break into that and why this is bad for the future of console gaming, let's break down the actual news itself. So Ryan, the Series S 512 gigabyte will be going to $379.99. That's up from $299. Series S 1 terabyte, $429. That's up from $349.99. Series X digital, $549.99, up from $449.99. And the Series X with a disk drive will be $599, up from $499.99. And the Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition with the little stars on it will be $729.99. So additionally, all of their controllers are getting price hikes along with their headsets. So even if you don't...
Okay. Okay, so with that, and also the games price getting higher, like Switch Mario Kart is $80 now, and soon we're gonna have GTA, which will be probably 100 for sure, or more maybe. I don't know. So
play games on Xbox consoles, but you like buying...
So the alternative is like buying this controller. Where is that one?
Instance what at Victrix Pro BFG and how it compares to the others. It's got adjustable trigger stops, 4 mappable rear buttons, swappable thumbsticks, and this clever modular design that lets you change the entire layout of the controller, including this FightPad module. It's also one of the cheapest Pro controllers out there when compared to the DualSense Edge, Scuff Reflex, and Razer controllers. But
okay, this is the cheapest one, and guess how much it costs? 180 to 190, and this will go up as well, I think. And this is fucking looks like you're used to this, right? No matter what, from PS1 to PS5, the shape of it, no matter how much it changed, it has a shape that you're used to it. They didn't change it for like reason, of course. So you're used to this, right? Now I have to go to this one. I have no fucking choice. Because this is the best one out there, bro. Like, this is the best selling. It's #1 in Amazon, bro, right now.
This is my controller collection. So far, I have over 30 of them, ranging from cheap knockoffs all the way to name brands like my DualSense Edge and the Scuff Reflex. So when I was scrolling on Amazon and saw this thing as the #1 best-selling controller, I was intrigued. 2 days later, it shows up at my front door. So let's check out the Victrix Pro BFG.
Just had to yap for a little because of frustration. Because I had so many other with that money I could have bought. Right now I'm using remote play and crop my video and shit. The whole thing to a webcam. Like, wait, where is it? Remote play. If I uncrop it, reset crop, look, I'm in a game, I made my control. That's how I'm doing it, because I don't fucking own a webcam and I stream doing remote play and shit. So I could have bought like webcams and shit and other things, extra buttons and stuff. Fuck yeah, okay. I'll stop.